Nothing is better than turning a simple guitar idea into a fully formed song. But for many of us, we don't have the tools, skills, or connections to bring our ideas to life. Well, today, that is going to change. I want to tell you about something called stem generation, where you can have AI listen to something you play and then respond by generating other instrument tracks or stems that fit your idea. The important part here is that the stem generation is context aware, meaning that it's just like showing your bandmates the thing you came up with and then having them come up with their own parts that perfectly fit. You don't need to micromanage every little detail of what they should play because they're fully aware of the context you gave them. Now, at this point, everything I've described, this whole context-aware stem generation thing, probably sounds a little too good to be true, but it's not. Enter the brand new AI Studio from Moises. They've been ahead of the game with AI tools for musicians for years now, and AI Studio takes us to a whole new level. So let's dive into it and I'll show you just how incredible this is. All right, here we are inside the desktop app, and it's important to note that this is a beta version of AI Studio, so you can expect a lot more features and improvements to be coming soon. So first things first, we need some sort of guitar idea to base all of this off of, so let's record something really quick. All right, so now all we have to do is take that idea we just recorded and drag the file and drop it right here. And there it is. The first thing I always do whenever I am creating a song, after I come up with the guitar idea, is always go to drums. So let's go over here under the AI tab here on the right-hand side. We're gonna click on stem generation, and there are all of our options. So for drums, this is what we're gonna start with. We can AI match, or we can pick one of these style presets here. Now, typically I'd probably go for something like ballad for this, but I want to try the AI match and just have it do its whole thing. So I'm going to select that, and I'm just going to go down here and I'm just going to click generate stem. Just like that, it created an entire drum track for us. I'm a little nervous to hear what it sounds like, but let's just rip it and see. Okay, that sounds great to me. So next step for me is always bass. So we will just jump back over here. We'll click on bass. And again, we have options AI match, all these styles. We also have custom over here. And if we go to custom, we can actually type in and describe what we want our bass to sound like. I think we just want like a simple, smooth, electric bass line that follows the chords. So we've got that in there, and then we are using 2 tracks to generate. So if I wanted, let's say, for the bass to completely ignore the drums and just really just focus on what the guitar is playing, I could mute the drums like this, and you can see now it just uses 1 track to generate. So the context that it's given will be smaller and it'll have more to focus on, but I would rather have it lock in with the drums. So we're gonna keep the drums active here. Let's click over here and get a little creative control. I wanna make sure that harmonically, the bass doesn't try to add anything crazy. We want it to be pretty strict. So I'm gonna take the harmonic strictness, and I'm just gonna bump that up. Let's do 11. Let's bump up the conditioning strictness to an 8 as well. Boom, we've got a bass. All right, let's solo this out and listen to what it gave us. Okay, that's cool. So let's see how it sits in the mix. What I want to do is I actually want to create a second bass that uses one of the style presets. This time I'm just going to go electric standard. I feel like that's going to give me a very straightforward bass track, and we're just going to generate stem and see what we get. Let's listen to what we've got with this one. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, I like that one more. You know what? I think we want to do something a little bit weird. I think we throw strings in there. I think that could sound really cool. So if we go back over here under others, they've got a few options for other types of instruments. Now, they did tell me that they are adding more instruments and more styles every week, but we do have strings here. So I'm going to click on strings. And let me think, with strings, do I want it to be listening to everything? I think I want to leave the drums out of this. I feel like that's a good idea. And we're going to see what we get for strings here. So that's good. I'm going to go down here to creative control. And I'm again going to make sure to be more harmonically strict. I don't want it adding any crazy extra notes and kind of taken away from the song. So that's fine. I think that's good. Let's just click generate. Now the question is, do I listen solo first, or you know what? Let's listen in context first and see what we've got. I'm sure it'll be too loud. Strings you usually want a little quiet, but let's see. That's actually so cool. I think it added like some extra flavor notes in there, but they work. They sound good. I don't think I'm gonna pan it at all. We'll keep everything center, but let's just take the volume down. Okay, that's cool. I like that. That is so cool. Okay. Do we want to add anything else? This already feels like pretty complete. Like this is a track that I would love to just kind of jam over. I think we add another guitar and one that I don't play. So let's see what we've got. AI match, acoustic strum, funk, rock, overdrive, acoustic fingerpicking, punk. I feel like it would be fun to add a funk guitar here. I don't know. Let's just see, just for fun, let's see. We'll just let it have full context and just see what happens. I'm not gonna do any conditioning. Let's just see what we get. Could be something good, could be something bad, we'll see. Let's take a little listen to that. Okay, this is gonna be awesome. Okay, let's just listen. Okay, this is so cool. One other thing we can do though, is we can go over here and use another tool that Moises has, which is stem separation. And we can use that to separate out our drums here. So we don't just have one drum track like this. Right now, all of our drums are mixed into one track. Well, what we can do is we can separate stems, select our stems, and let's separate this out into kick, snare, tom, hi-hat, cymbals, using AI match drums to generate, right? Which is the name of our drums over here. So we know we got the right track. And then we just hit separate stems. Now I can have a little bit of fine tuning control. I could even pan these out if I wanted to. Let's listen to what we've got now. That sounded pretty awesome, honestly. Remember, we got all of this just from this one track. Crazy. That just makes me want to go and play over this thing. So let's do it. So what are my thoughts? Well, this is probably the best tool I've seen for developing your ideas into songs. You're using the power of AI, but rather than just magically generating an entire song for you, you still have control over each instrument. I can see this being especially great for songwriters that don't have much experience playing or directing other instruments. Creating demos of your songs just got a whole lot easier. And for us guitar players, it's also an excellent way to quickly create our own custom backing tracks for practicing over as well. So I want you guys to go try AI Studio out for yourself. It's available on both the web app and the desktop app, and it's available for all Moises tiers, free, premium, and pro. Obviously with the free tier, you're getting a more stripped back version, and with the pro tier, you're unlocking every single feature, but either way, it's worth diving in and playing around with. I've put a link at the top of the description for you, so you can go there directly after this video. Also, I'm in touch with the Moises team, and they're rolling out weekly updates to AI Studio, so expect this beta to keep changing and improving over the coming weeks. I'd really like to know what you think about AI Studio, so make sure you leave a comment with your thoughts below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.